The Pittsburgh Pirates, currently surprising many with their 5-1 record, are set to face the Washington Nationals. They've been leading in hits per game with an average of 12.2, surpassing Atlanta by 1.2, as per TeamRankings.com. While it's early to draw conclusions, their strong start is evident, especially considering their plus 475 odds to make the postseason. Their initial games, including a sweep over the Marlins, showcased their offensive prowess, averaging nearly 8 runs per game. However, against the Nationals, they faced some challenges, particularly in the second game where they managed only 4 hits, though outfielder Jack Suwinski secured his first homer of the season. Michael A. Taylor continues to shine for the Pirates with an impressive batting average of .429. Overall, the Pirates are averaging 7.2 runs per game with a .291 batting average and .395 OBP. For this game, the Pirates will rely on left-handed starter Martin Perez, who had a solid start against the Marlins, pitching 4.1 innings without allowing any runs but was somewhat inefficient with his pitches. Perez, a veteran with a World Series ring from last season, has a tendency to perform better against right-handed hitters compared to lefties. While some Nationals players have had minor success against him in the past, familiarity might not be extensive. On the other side, the Nationals, with a 2-3 record, have shown glimpses of potential, especially with hitters like Joey Gallo and Jesse Winker performing well. They'll be starting right-hander Josiah Gray, who aims to bounce back from a tough first game against the Reds. Gray, known for his power pitching, has some success against the Pirates in the past. Weather conditions, including rain and thunder, could impact the game, favoring the Nationals with their home field advantage and team speed. Despite the Pirates' promising start, their recent performance suggests a potential regression to the mean, especially with unfavorable weather conditions. Therefore, the value seems to be with the Nationals, particularly considering the circumstances. Additionally, the total runs set at 8.5 might be too high given the weather conditions and the park's tendency to favor pitchers. Hence, betting under 8.5 runs seems reasonable for this matchup. The Cleveland Guardians, after a tough loss in their series opener against the Mariners, bounced back in Game 2 with a strong offensive display, scoring 5 runs on 12 hits. Bo Naylor contributed significantly with a 2-4 performance at the plate, including a 2-run homer in the 4th inning. Shane Bieber delivered a solid pitching performance, retiring 9 batters over 6 innings without conceding any runs. For this game, the Guardians will rely on right-handed pitcher Tanner Bibee, who has shown promise despite some recent struggles with control. Bibee's high velocity has bolstered his strikeout rate, but his walk rate has been a concern. Despite a shaky start to the season, Bibee aims to improve his performance in this matchup. Cleveland's offense has been impressive, averaging 6.33 runs per game and boasting a .280 collective batting average. They've been successful in driving runners home through hits, doubles, and triples, despite not relying heavily on home runs. Plate discipline has been a key focus, with a low strikeout rate. On the other hand, the Minnesota Twins had a tough series opener against the Brewers, managing only 3 hits and struggling to generate offense. Right-handed pitcher Pablo Lopez will take the mound for the Twins, coming off a strong 7-inning performance in his first start of the season. However, his tendency to give up home runs raises some concerns, especially against a disciplined Cleveland lineup. Minnesota's offense has struggled, averaging just 2.75 runs per game with a low collective batting average of .188. They've faced challenges in making contact at the plate and have seen their strikeout rate increase. However, they've managed to log extra base hits at a decent rate. Given Lopez's pitching prowess and Bibee's potential, this matchup could lean towards a low-scoring affair. Minnesota's offensive struggles and Cleveland's disciplined approach at the plate further support this notion. Therefore, consider taking Minnesota on the money line, as Lopez's pitching could give them the edge, and betting on the under for total runs scored, which has been successful in Twins games this season. The Miami Marlins are still seeking their first win of the season as they head to St. Louis. They've faced tough competition, losing 4 games to the Pirates and 3 to the Angels in their home series. Offensively, they've struggled to generate runs, scoring just 7 runs in their series against the Angels, although they've scored a total of 24 runs this season. Their lineup has managed 48 hits, including 13 for extra bases, but they've also struck out 62 times, ranking third highest in the NL. Jake Burger has been a standout performer with 9 hits and 8 RBIs in 7 games. On the pitching side, the Marlins have struggled, allowing 10 runs and 12 hits in their recent loss, contributing to a team ERA of 6.04 and a WHIP of 1.72. Their bullpen has been particularly vulnerable, allowing opponents to hit .292 and scoring 29 runs in 36.2 innings. Thursday's starter, Weathers, had a rough debut, lasting only 4 innings and giving up 3 runs. Against the Cardinals, he's had mixed success, allowing 2 runs in 5 innings over 2 appearances. The St. Louis Cardinals, meanwhile, fell short of a sweep in San Diego due to their offensive struggles. They've scored 27 runs in 7 games but have a team average of .216, ranking 12th in the NL. However, they've drawn 19 walks and struck out 74 times. Brendan Donovan has been a key contributor with 6 RBIs and 8 hits. On the pitching side, the Cardinals have posted a 4.50 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP, with opponents hitting .262 against them. Their bullpen has been relatively solid, recording 31 strikeouts in 23 innings. Lance Lynn, returning to St. Louis, had a strong season debut against the Dodgers, tossing 4 scoreless innings. Considering the past meetings between these teams and the offensive potential on both sides, betting on the Cardinals and taking the over seems like a prudent choice. Last season's matchups averaged 10.7 combined runs per game, with the over hitting in 5 out of 7 games. Given the early flaws in both pitching staffs and the offensive capabilities of each team, betting on the over appears to be a promising option. The Chicago White Sox have had a rough start to the season, currently standing at 1-4. They were swept by the Tigers and split a series with the Braves, with their sole win coming against Atlanta in a tight 3-2 game. Garrett Crochet delivered an impressive performance on the mound, pitching 7.0 innings and allowing only 1 earned run, while Andrew Vaughn's timely RBI single proved crucial for securing the victory. Despite the slow start, oddsmakers are not optimistic about the White Sox's chances, pricing them at plus 8,000 to win the AL Central. Michael Soroka will make his second start of the season for the White Sox, hoping to improve upon his initial outing where he allowed 4 earned runs against the Tigers in a no-decision effort. The Kansas City Royals, who were once considered dark horse candidates for the AL Central title, have also struggled with a 2-4 record. They've dropped 2 out of 3 games in each of their series against the Twins and Orioles. Their most recent game ended in a 4-3 loss to the Orioles, with Will Smith taking the loss after blowing a save in the 9th inning. Offensively, Salvador Perez and Maikel Garcia contributed, but it wasn't enough to secure the win. Seth Lugo will start for the Royals, coming off an impressive season debut where he pitched 6.0 scoreless innings against the Twins. Despite both teams' struggles, the Royals seem to have a slight edge, especially with Lugo's strong performance and Chicago's offensive struggles. Additionally, the weather conditions, with temperatures around 49 degrees and winds blowing in from left field, may favor pitchers. Therefore, betting on the Royals to cover the spread and the game to go under the total runs seems like a reasonable choice.